The regular meeting of the Ethical Practices Board for November 16, 2021 will now begin.
All right, welcome to the regular meeting of the Ethical Practices Board for November 16th, 2021. My name is Kyle R. Kroll, and I'm the chair of the board. As we begin, I will note for the record that this meeting has remote participation by members and city staff as authorized by Minnesota Statute Section 13D.021 due to the declared local public health emergency. The city will be recording and posting this meeting to the city's website and YouTube channel as a means of increasing access and transparency. This meeting is public and it is subject to the Minnesota Open Meeting Law. As a reminder, I would like to request that all members and participants on the call mute their microphones when not speaking. At this time, then, I will ask the clerk to call the roll so that we can verify a quorum for this meeting.
Board Member Collins.
Present.
Bauk.
Present.
Chair Kroll.
Present.
There are 3 members present.
Thank you. Let the record reflect that we have a quorum. With that, we will proceed to our agenda, a copy of which was posted for public access to the city's legislative information management system, which is available at lims.minneapolismn.gov. May I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved. Second.
All right, I have a wonderful. I have a motion by Member Bauk and a second by Member Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Board Member Collins.
Present.
Is that a yes for adopting the agenda? I'll put that down.
I didn't understand the question. Yes, I approve of adopting the agenda. I thought the question was whether or not we were still taking attendance. My apologies, I was confused.
Thank you. Vice Chair Bauk.
Yay.
Chair Kroll.
Aye.
There are 3 ayes.
Let the record reflect we all answered in a different way. But that motion carries and the agenda is adopted. Let's then proceed to acceptance of the minutes from our regular meetings of July 13 and September 21, 2021. May I have a motion to accept those minutes?
This is member.
Sorry about that. You go ahead, Wally.
This is member Bauk. I will so move.
Second.
All right, thank you. I've got a motion by Vice Chair Bauk and a second by Member Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Board Member Collins.
Present.
Vice Chair Bauk.
Aye.
Chair Kroll.
Aye.
There are 3 ayes.
Thank you. That motion carries and the minutes are accepted. The next item on our agenda is approval of meeting dates for the year 2022. The January meeting date was scheduled 1 week later due to the fact that the third Tuesday of January conflicts with an employee report line training for human resources employees, which is being facilitated by the ethics officer. So the date for the meeting was moved to the 4th Tuesday of the month. And so we're looking at dates of January 25, March 15, May 17, July 19, September 20, and November 15 for this coming year. May I have a motion to approve the schedule of meeting dates for 2022, assuming there are no objections?
This is member Bauk. So moved.
Second.
Great, thank you. I've got a motion by Vice Chair Bauk and a second by Member Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Board Member Collins.
Aye.
Vice Chair Balk,
Aye.
Chair Kroll.
Aye.
There are 3 ayes.
Thank you. That motion carries and the 2022 calendar is approved. And the clerk will schedule the meetings in Outlook and invite members and staff as well as update the public through the LIMS calendar. And that brings us to our unfinished business in a closed session along with new business in a closed session. Let's see here. The next items on the agenda, like I said, will go to closed session, and they relate preliminary consideration of allegations of violations of the ethics code by individuals subject to the authority of the board. Excuse me. Ms. Trammell will provide the board with a statement relating to the need to close the meeting to discuss the allegations.
Thank you, Chair Kroll. The next items on today's agenda relate to the preliminary consideration of allegations of violations of the ethics code by individuals who are subject to the authority of this board. The Minnesota Open Meeting Law requires the closure of a meeting for such preliminary consideration of charges against an individual. Today, we have 7 complaints pending review, 3 pursuant to Rule 7.6 of the Ethical Practices Board laws, bylaws and rules. Those are Ethics Code 2021-37, Ethics Code 2021-49, and Ethics Code 2021-63. And 4 complaints pursuant to probable cause determination, Ethics Code 2021-39, 2021-40, Ethics Code 2021-52, and Ethics Code 2021-53. Upon a conclusion that discipline may be warranted in any of these matters, all subsequent meetings related to that complaint must be open.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Trammell. Based on that, I will entertain a motion to close the meeting as required by Minnesota Statute Section 13D.05 Subdivision 2B to conduct the hearings on these ethics complaints 2021-37, 39, 40, 49, 52, 53, and 63. May I have a motion to close the meeting?
This is Member Bauk. So moved.
Second.
You've got a motion by Vice Chair Bauk and a second by Member Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Board Member Collins.
Aye.
Vice Chair Balk.
Aye.
Chair Kroll.
Aye.
There are 3 ayes.
Thank you. That motion carries and the meeting is now closed. And at this point, we will exit to the closed team meeting.
The Ethical Practices Board meeting for November 16, 2021 has now reconvened.
Thank you. We are now back in open session and will resume our regular meeting of the Ethical Practices Board of November 16th, 2021. Will the clerk please call the roll to verify the presence of a quorum?
Board Member Collins.
Present.
Vice Chair Balk.
Present.
Chair Kroll.
Present.
There are 3 members present.
Thank you. We do have a quorum. Then we will move into ethics complaint number 2021-37. May I have a motion for ethics complaint number 2021-37?
This is Member Bauk. Move to affirm the ethics officer's dismissal of said complaint pursuant to the rules and bylaws of the Ethical Practices Board, Section 7.6.
I affirm Member Boggs' request, petition, whatever you want to call it. I support it. Commissioner Collins, Member Collins.
All right, so we have a motion by Vice Chair Bauk and a second by Member Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll on that motion?
Board Member Collins.
Aye.
Vice Chair Bauk.
Aye.
Chair Kroll.
Aye.
There are 3 ayes.
Thank you. That motion thus passes. The next item is Ethics Complaint 2021-39. May I have a motion for Ethics Complaint number 2021-39?
This is Member Bauk again. I will move to dismiss Ethics Complaint 2021-39 for failing, easy for me to say, to establish probable cause to believe a violation of the Ethics in Government Code exists.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion by Vice Chair Bauk and a second by Member Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Board Member Collins.
Aye.
Vice Chair Bauk.
Aye.
Chair Kroll.
Aye.
There are 3 ayes.
Thank you. That motion thus passes. The next item is Ethics Complaint number 2021-40. May I have a motion for Ethics Complaint 2021-40?
This is Member Bauk. Move to dismiss Ethics Complaint 2021-40 for failing to establish probable cause to believe a violation of the Ethics in Government Code exists.
Do I have a second?
Yes, you do.
Oh, thank you. The motion then is by Vice Chair Bauk and the second by Member Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Board Member Collins.
Aye.
Vice Chair Bauk.
Aye.
Chair Kroll.
Aye.
There are 3 ayes.
Thank you. That motion passes. The next item is Ethics Complaint number 2021-49. May I have a motion for Ethics Complaint number 2021-49?
This is Member Bauk. Move to affirm the ethics officer's dismissal of said complaint pursuant to the rules and bylaws of the Ethical Practices Board, Section 7.6.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is by Vice Chair Bauk and the second by Member Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Board Member Collins.
Aye.
Vice Chair Bauk.
Aye.
Chair Kroll.
Aye.
There are 3 ayes.
Thank you. That motion passes. The next item is Ethics Complaint 2021-52. May I have a motion for Ethics Complaint number 2021-52?
This is Member Bauk. Move to find that probable cause exists to support the allegations contained within the complaint. The ethics officer or designee shall coordinate the setting of a date within the time limits required by the rules and bylaws of the Ethical Practices Board, Section 8.4, for further proceedings on the complaint.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. I have the motion by Vice Chair Bauk and a second by Member Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Board Member Collins.
Aye.
Vice Chair Bauk.
Aye.
Chair Kroll.
Aye.
There are 3 ayes.
Thank you. That motion passes. The next item is number 2021-53. May I have a motion for Ethics Complaint number 2021-53?
This is Member Bauk. Move to find that probable cause exists to support the allegations contained within the complaint and authorize the ethics officer or designee pursuant to the bylaws and rules of procedure, Rule 8.3, to extend a preliminary recommendation regarding resolution within the direction given by the board. If the matter does not resolve, the ethics officer or designee shall coordinate the setting of a date within the time limits required by the rules and bylaws of the Ethical Practices Board, Section 8.4, for further proceedings on the complaint.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is by Vice Chair Bauk and the second member Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Board Member Collins.
Aye.
Vice Chair Bauk.
Aye.
Chair Kroll.
Aye.
There are 3 ayes.
That motion passes. Thank you. Ethics complaint number 2021-63 is the next item. May I have a motion for ethics complaint number 2021-63?
This is Member Bauk. Move to affirm the ethics officer's dismissal of said complaint pursuant to the rules and bylaws of the Ethical Practices Board, Section 7.6.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion by Vice Chair Bauk and a second by Member Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Board Member Collins.
Aye.
Vice Chair Bauk.
Aye.
Chair Kroll.
Aye.
There are 3 ayes.
Thank you. That motion passes. That leads us then to the various reports of the ethics officer, Ms. Trammell. You are muted, Ms. Trammell.
Thank you, Chair Kroll. The 3 various reports that the ethics officer prepares for you each month have been attached to the agenda. I believe that they stand on their own and would recommend that they be received and filed. And I could stand for questions should anyone have a question about any of the particular reports.
Thank you, Ms. Trammell. Are there any questions?
That's me.
I don't have any either.
Okay, thank you. Then without objection, I will direct the clerk to receive and file the ethics officer's reports. That brings us then to the order of business of announcements. Do we have any announcements? Yes, Ms. Trammell.
Thank you, Chair Kroll. I have 2 announcements. One is that when we meet in person, I generally send around the timekeeping sheet. And I do not believe that we did this verbally at the July meeting. So I will be reaching out to each of you tomorrow with a request by email for your timekeeping for the various meetings that we do not yet have a collected timekeeping. That's one. And the second question that I have regarding 2021-52 that I want to determine if there will be an opportunity for this board to convene that hearing in December. Is that a possibility?
Speaking for myself, I believe it is, and sounds like Member Collins, was that an affirmative that would potentially work for you?
Yeah, I can make that work.
Okay.
And my only issue is with my surgery, not sure at this point.
Okay. So closer to the middle or end of December would be better, I assume.
Yes. For me.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we will take those parameters into account and check in with you later.
Okay, great. Thank you. I prefer you avoid the 24th.
No worries on that.
Are there any other announcements?
No.
All right. With that, then, we have completed all of the items on our agenda for this meeting. Are there any other matters to come before the board at this meeting? Hearing nothing, without objection, then I declare this meeting adjourned. And our next meeting will be January 25th, 2022, outside of the hearing that we'll be organizing. Thank you, everyone.
I think that's the 25th. Sorry.
All right,
yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, everybody take care.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Good meeting.
Bye.
Bye.